if Tesamorelin is supposed to target stubborn belly fat, why are so many people taking it and seeing little to no change? Why do some people get noticeable results while others feel like nothing is happening? And more importantly, how do you know if it's actually working or if you have just wasted time? Because here is the truth most people don't realize. Tesamorelin doesn't fail, it gets misunderstood. And when you misunderstand the mechanism, you misjudge the results. So before you assume it's not working, you need to understand what it's actually doing inside your body. Because what if the reason your stomach fat isn't changing has nothing to do with the peptide and everything to do with how you are using it? I'm Jwalant Patel, a longevity PA and a founder of MyFitMed. We work with patients on hormones, metabolic health, and performance optimization. And Tesamorelin is one of the interesting peptides when it comes down to body composition, but also one of the most misused. So let's break this down properly. First, let's get clear on what Tesamorelin actually is, because this is where most people get it wrong. Tesamorelin is not a fat burner. It does not suppress appetite. It does not work like GLP-1 medications such as Ozempic or Mounjaro. It doesn't directly burn fat at all. Tesamorelin is a growth hormone releasing hormone analog. That means it signals your pituitary gland to release more of your own natural growth hormone. That's it. And that's where the actual confusion starts. Because if it's not directly burning fat, then how are people losing fat on it? The answer is indirect. And that's what makes it powerful. When Tesamorelin increases growth hormone, it leads to an increase in IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. And IGF-1 is where the downstream effect happens. This pathway influences fat metabolism, particularly lipolysis, the breakdown of stored fat, and it has a stronger effect on visceral adipose tissue compared to subcutaneous fat. That distinction matters because not all fat is the same. Most people are focused on what they can see, subcutaneous fat under the skin, but Tesamorelin has been specifically studied for its effect on visceral fat, the fat around your organ. In fact, in clinical studies in patients with HIV-associated lipodystrophy, Tesamorelin significantly reduced visceral adipose tissue without major changes in subcu fat. So now ask yourself this, are you expecting it to flatten your stomach visually in a few weeks, or you are targeting a deeper metabolic problem? Because those are not the same thing. Now let's talk about why stubborn belly fat is so difficult to lose in the first place. Because this is where Tesamorelin actually makes sense. Visceral fat is hormonally active. It's influenced by insulin resistance, cortisol, inflammation, and hormonal signaling. That's why people can diet, train consistently, and still feel like that lower abdomen fat doesn't move. Because it's not just calorie issues, it's a signaling issue. And Tesamorelin works on signaling. Now let's talk about expectations, because this is when most people quit too early. If you're on Tesamorelin right now, what have you actually noticed? Because the first changes are not usually visual. Most people initially notice improved sleep quality, better recovery, more stable energy, not jittery like caffeine type energy. Sometimes even improved body composition before visible fat loss. Why? Because growth hormone is heavily tied to sleep architect and recovery physiology. So before you see fat loss, your body is improving the environment that allows fat loss to happen. So improving the surrounding. This is where people get it wrong. They expect fast results, but Tesamorelin is not fast, it's physiological. Now let's talk about timeline. And be honest with yourself here. How long have you actually been using it? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month maybe? Now compare that to how long it took to gain that fat. Months? Years? So why would you expect it to disappear in few weeks? Most clinical data and real-world experience suggests that meaningful changes in visceral fat occurs over minimal of 6 to 8 weeks and often longer depending on the individual and lifestyle. So better question is not, is it working? It's, have you given it enough time to work? Now let's talk about usage, because this is where small mistake creates big differences. Tesamorelin is typically used at night in a fasted state. Why? Because your body naturally releases growth hormone during deep sleep. So when you use it correctly, you are amplifying your body's natural rhythm, not fighting against it. If you're eating late, if your insulin is elevated, or if your sleep is poor, that signal gets blunted. So now ask yourself, are you supporting the signal or interfering with it? Now let's talk about the biggest mistake I see clinically. And this is where results are either made or lost. People rely on peptide, but ignores everything else. They are not eating enough protein. They are not strength training. They are sleeping poorly. And then they say it didn't work. But Tesamorelin doesn't build muscle for you. It doesn't fix your habit. It enhances the system. And if the system isn't supported, the results won't be there. Here is the reality. Growth hormone supports fat metabolism and recovery. But without adequate protein and resistance training, you risk losing lean mass or not optimizing body composition. And body composition, not just weight, is what actually matters. Now let's briefly talk about stacking, not from a take more perspective, but from system perspective. Tesamorelin works best when combined with adequate nutrition, resistant training, sleep optimization, metabolic health, because everything in physiology is interconnected. More is not always better. More is not better at all. Better integration is what better. Better system is what makes it even better. Now let's talk about who this is actually for. Tesamorelin is not for somebody looking for a quick weight loss. It's not for appetite suppressant. It's not for immediate visual changes. It's best suited for people who feels like their body isn't responding the way it used to, especially with stubborn abdominal fat, metabolic resistance, or recovery issues. So the question becomes, are your expectations aligned with the mechanism? Now let's talk safety. Tesamorelin is generally well tolerated, but anything that influences growth hormone and IGF-1 should be taken seriously. That means proper monitoring, proper evaluation, and paying attention to your body. This is not something to use casually without understanding what's happening. Now let's bring everything together, because this is the part that matters the most. Tesamorelin is not a shortcut. It's not a quick fix. It's a tool that works by improving internal signaling. And when that signaling improves, fat loss, especially visceral fat, becomes more achievable, but only if the system is supported. Final thoughts. If you're using Tesamorelin right now and not seeing results, don't immediately assume it's not working. First, ask yourself, am I using it long enough? Am I supporting it properly? Am I expecting the right outcome? Because doing it the right versus doing it wrong is the difference between the real progress and thinking it didn't work. If this helped you understand Tesamorelin on a deeper level, hit subscribe. If you're using it or considering it, drop your experience or question below. And in the next video, I'll break down how to combine Tesamorelin with other therapies for optimal body composition and metabolic health. Stay healthy and stay sharp.